Hello, everyone. This is A.L. Thick Madame, and I am going to try to do the final episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know. No notes, oh gosh. Y'all, anyway, so the episode came on, and Letitia was on her way somewhere in her vehicle, and she was on the phone talking to the person who interviewed her, and she basically was given that job. And as luck would have it, she ended up offering a contract to her husband's business, basically. Her and her husband's business. I'm just going to say her and her husband's business, where they were going to be the contractors on a big hotel contract. I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Now, this is something that Marceau would never be able to live down because this is his first major contract. So, with that being said, of course, she's excited. They ended up, her and her husband ended up going somewhere, meeting up to eat. And so this is where she tells him, I got my license. I ended up getting this job. At this point, he's looking at her sideways like, didn't we just discuss this? Which is code for, didn't I tell you, you ain't going nowhere. You need to be at the house taking care of them kids and cleaning from top to bottom and cooking meals, having hot meals prepared for me and doing everything in the world except working. Y'all, so anyway, while he was looking sideways, eventually she brings up the great news, and so he's kind of looking like a deer in headlights because there's nothing you can say. I was like, oh my gosh, I know she was screaming on the inside, jumping up and down on the inside. I was just like, Lord, this is ridiculous. How he has tried her. And I'm like, my thing is this. I feel like, yeah, they had some kind of agreement that the kids would get to a certain age, and then if she wanted to, she could venture out there and do something, because I guess they would still have a way for the kids to still be looked after. Her mother is the person who mainly looks after them whenever the two of them are not around, and she's actually around. Letitia, she's actually around all the time. So it's not like it's gonna really be that big of a change. So he sits up there and there's nothing he can really say. And then he gives her a kiss. And even in the confessional, he was like, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to live this down forever. She's gonna be able to say anything that comes after this. Don't forget, I was the reason why I started this all off, because of what was given to you because of my job. Oh my gosh, y'all. So Marceau and his brother Maurice, they are going to have their mother to move into a home down there. Apparently she is wheelchair bound and can't get around, and so they are making it wheelchair accessible and making sure that it's going to be up to code so that she can move in. And they're trying to get it ready as soon as possible. So while they're talking, this is when Marceau explains the situation to his brother. And even though it doesn't seem like it, remember, Maurice is older than Marceau. So Maurice actually gets very emotional about it. He was like, I'm just so proud of you. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it was cute. I was like, oh, that's just so cute. Like he was just like, I just remember us being brothers, being small and coming where we came from. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. So, they're actually getting their hands dirty and clearing out the house and getting it where it needs to be so that they can move their mother in. With Kimmy is in her office and is trying to figure out what needs to be done in order to bring everybody back together for the comeback group. Everybody really wasn't on board at first, but they all know what really can come of it if they come together because of what it means for the lower income families. So she ends up calling a meeting, and they all meet up at this area where some construction is going on. And, Melody said that she was out. So, she ended up showing up. Martell could not show up because he is about to start prepping for surgery on his Achilles tendon. And even though he's not quite there yet, meaning about to go into surgery, he is not to put pressure on it at all. So nobody's there as far as him. He's not there. Everybody else is there meeting. So she showed up. Everybody expressed their grievances, and it got to the point where, Kimmy was like, we need you, Melody. We need you. You're the reason why we're even trying to consider coming back together with this. And, we all realize the importance of this. So it gets to a point where Melody makes this speech like, I'm here for it, but, y'all need to realize that we all might be together doing this, but myself and Martell might not be together as a couple. And it might just be us individually being a part of the comeback group and not as the couple, Holt and Holt. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of was like hum and drum, and everybody was just looking like, dang, is it that deep? And so, somebody really kind of was like, is it really that bad? Does he even know that it's that bad? And Melody was like, I don't think he does realize it. And so, they were trying to figure out, like, what is it that he needs to do in order to get to the level that he needs to be on in order to get back into your good graces, for y'all to start going back in the right direction. And she was just saying that she doesn't feel like he's serious. He doesn't realize that the things that he considers that he's doing to get back going into that right direction is the same stuff they were doing before. She, she's all here for, oh yeah, we're going to the park, hanging out together. Yeah, we're going to the movies. All this stuff that we were doing in the beginning. Like, you gotta, come with some new stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I get what she's saying. And, I actually feel like he is trying, but like I said, I fully understand what she means when she's saying what she's saying as far as that is concerned. So, everybody, it just got to a point where Melody has been like, I'm going to come say my piece and then I'm going to leave. So she said what she had to say. And, she was like, I'm on board, but it just might not be he and I together. If she really had to, she every time she said something, she just had to make sure that she said, I'm speaking on my behalf. I don't know about him, but I can tell y'all about me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, y'all. So she ended up eventually leaving, and then everybody was just like, dang, we didn't know it was that real. And it seems like somebody or all of them are going to try to help him to understand, like, you need to get a grasp. You need to get a grasp on reality, on the reality of the actual situation, because she got one foot out the door. Like, for real. Oh, Lord, y'all. So, let me see. What else happened? Okay, so something else that happened was Maurice was saying to Marsau that he's married now, and that he's trying to go forward with her, trying to, not incorporate. I don't know why I'm not thinking of the word I want to say, but anyway, trying to have his son be in his life, more on a full-time basis, especially since he's getting older and he needs that male figure in his life, so that all these things that are coming up, he can be able to tell him what needs to happen and teach him the way he needs to go. And so he feels like a big part of that would be his ex-wife meeting his current wife. Now, when I heard this, I was like, wait a minute, y'all been together 7, 8, 9 years, however long it's been. And unless I didn't hear him right, she's never met the ex-wife, meaning your child's mother. Now, for me, no, I'm not a parent, but I feel like if you're going to be around somebody's child, if it was my child, I'd be like, I want to meet this person. I need to lay eyes on them. I need to be around them from time to time to be like, okay, I guess I approve or something. Because you could tell by the way the ex-wife reacted when the son told her a couple of episodes ago that they were going to go on a yacht in Miami and get married. She was like, all right, y'all, all right, I got to go on back to work now. I was like, oh, Lord, you got off the phone with the child. It's like she was kind of mad. I know her. I mean, I guess her wedding didn't go all like that, you know, and they're not together anymore. And not to say that she's hating or anything, but it just seemed like she was kind of like, yeah, I don't want to hear this. Let me get on off the phone now. And just made it seem like she was done. Had to get off the phone real quick. All because her son said what he said. And I was just like, wow. But I didn't connect the dots at that moment. I should have known. Well, maybe, you know, either she just mad or what. I don't know. But anyway, unless I didn't hear right, they aren't acquainted at all. And that's sad. I feel like he should have introduced her a long time ago. She has been around the child. I'm guessing that she's just been like, look, if you trust her, as long as nothing come up and happen to my child, do what y'all do. I feel like that ain't enough. I'm sorry. When it comes to kids, you need to be vigilant. There are too many people out here who are too close to the situation, and then they end up having sticky fingers and doing what they do. Hey, I'm a product of such situations. Yes, plural, situations. So, I mean, that kind of made me cringe. I'm like, dang, y'all ain't never met each other? What kind of foolishness is this? So, yeah. But Marcel was like, oh, why you want your past to collide with your future? And I'm like, I hear you, but they should have been met. I'm sorry. I don't understand why they never met. That's crazy to me. So, Melody is, I think when she left from the little meeting, she was on the phone with her. No. I'm going too fast. Let me see. Well, eventually it gets to the point where Martell needs his surgery, and right before then he goes to visit his mother. His mother, of course, is happy to see him. If he's not a whole mama's boy, he's a little bit of a piece of mama's boy from the way she was treating him. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. I was like, oh, okay. So he went over to her house and was talking to his mother and explained to her that he indeed is going to have surgery and that he is going to need her help. And so she was like, son, you know, I got you. And you know, at first she thought what was going to happen was after the surgery, he was going to come move in with her and recuperate at her house. And he was like, no, you have to come to my house. And she was like, boy, I got a job. But then she was like, you know, I'll do what I need to do. If I have to do that, I'll take off work and come do that. You know, I got you. So in typical mama fashion, she just sat up there and was like, you know, you want something to eat? He was like, mama, you know I want something to eat. So she heated up a plate of food. I was like, oh God, don't do this. That plate was looking a little good over there. I was like, ma'am, you making me miss my mama's cooking. So they're over there talking. And then it gets to the point where he is explaining to her that, you know, things still aren't that great between him and Melody. And, you know, she eventually tells him, like, look, you need to look at those old wedding videos. The video, they have an actual wedding video. She told him that he needs to look at that and see why they got married and all this other stuff. And, you know, he was like, yeah, I might need to do that. Because I'm sorry, I'm here for this again, just like I was on, what is it called, Family or Fiance. His mama is here for Melody. It was like, you heard her, that's my daughter. Like she gave birth to him, but she was like, no, that's my daughter, and my daughter was hurt. She is hurt. She going through some things. You need to make that thing right. So I was like, I like when mamas do that, because it irks my soul when there are people who have mamas that'll sit up here and no matter what, they ride or die for their raggedy child. I'm talking about when the child is really out here trash, and then they be like, that's my son. So, and it's like, no, if your son wrong, your son wrong. your son a rapist, don't be sitting up here talking about some, oh no, and you know your son is trash. Your son been trash. It's just stuff like that. And that includes girls too, the women, the whatever. If your daughter trash, your daughter is just trash. But anyway, got to the point where he was just like, look, I do need to look at those videos. So they go to him being at the house, and he's really sitting there watching when they got married. Y'all, I about died seeing him with hair. Oh my gosh, I was so tired. Oh my gosh. He had his little waves. Oh Lord, I could see the receding about to start happening, so he went on ahead and cut it off, I guess. And her hair was just the normal, like, brown instead of the blonde weave that she has thrown up in there now. And, you know, she still looked relatively the same and all that. You know, they both looked really nice. They looked really happy. And it looked like he was getting swept up in the moment. Like, wow. Like, the stuff he was saying in that video, I was just like, okay, I'm going to need for you to remember that and do what you need to do to regain her trust. And that's, you know, mainly what she has been saying. She's gotten to the point where she does not trust him at all. And she doesn't feel like he has really been actively trying to, you know, gain her trust back and show her that he's really all in again. And she made that clear. You know, within the video, the wedding video, he actually was saying that this is going to be his first and only time getting married. And he loved all these different qualities about her. It was just, you could tell how heartfelt it was. And so seems like he's getting a better understanding of what Melody has been asking him for just by looking at those videos. So here is, I guess, kind of the meat and potatoes of what happened. Y'all, the end of the episode came. And Melody is literally in the room that you wait in when they're about to wheel him out to surgery or whatever. And he's getting prepped and all that. She straight up was like, yeah, so I'm going to need for you to know that even though you're going through with this surgery, everything still is what it is. I still feel the way I feel. I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing because you laid up here in the hospital bed. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I understand that there's never a good time to say the things that she was going to say, but I was just like, ma'am, like, she don't care. She was just like, yeah, I'm going to need for you to know that you're going to be downstairs, you know, because that's going to be most convenient for you. And I'm going to be upstairs. And, you know, once you're able to start walking around, getting around on your own, you're going to have to find somewhere to go. I was like, oh my God, y'all, I am so tired. I was like, ma'am. So he was just like, are we really doing this right now? Like, I'm about to go into certain, she was just like, I don't care. That ain't, one has nothing to do with the other. Essentially, that's what she was saying. I was just like, ma'am, but ma'am, though. She was just like, I'm tired. I ain't got time for this no more. And all our problems ain't going away because you going under the knife. You still gonna have to figure out what you gonna have to do because I need space. Like, she was just like, I feel like we need to be apart for a while. And, you know, until you're done recuperating enough to where you can get on and get somewhere else, while I guess I get myself together and have some me time and figure out if I want to even still be with you after all this hurt, pain, and distress you to put me in and under, you know, go on about your business. Oh, well. And he was just like, wow. It had got to the point they literally was about to have an argument, and then like the doctor or somebody came in, and so she was like, yeah, I'm glad the doctor came in when he did. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all. But it just really got to the point where she was like, yeah, I need you to understand, you're gonna be, you know, downstairs, I'm gonna be upstairs, and you're gonna get out when you heal up. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, I was so tired. But it got to the point where you could tell the medicine was in him. He was like talking like he had some sense, even though he, had some medicine in him. And so she was like, oh, you all doped up. And he was like, no, I know what I'm saying. So he was saying all the right things that he should have been saying all along and actually showing and proving with those words. And she, got in her feelings. And so she ended up leaving the hospital and got on the phone, was talking to her mama. And then she got emotional and was like, Mom, I told you everything that's been going on with me and Martell. And right when he was about to go in, he started talking to me. And the way he was talking to me, I started getting glimpses of the old Martell, the Martell that I know, because I didn't know what was going on with all this stuff he was doing before. But just in that moment, he seemed like his old self, like she was here for it. And so I don't know. I don't know now. I don't know how this going to end, like for real. That was the end of this season, but I don't know. All that he wanted her to understand was, look, I want us to be together forever. I don't want it to be a situation out of a convenience standpoint. I want you to understand that I am here. I want us to be together, and not because of the kids or none of the money or none of that. I really want us to work it out and be together. And she was just here for it, y'all. She got emotional, broke down. Like I said, she got on the phone, was talking to her mama afterwards, and it was just a lot. So I don't know how it's going to really end up whenever they come back on, but this is over for now. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this little recap. If you didn't, I apologize. And if you did, I'm glad. I'm very glad that you enjoyed it. Hopefully I got everything out there that needed to be said, that actually was the meatier parts of it, even if I didn't get every single nook and cranny. Like it if you want to. Thumbs down it if you want to. Subscribe if you'd like. If not, that's just fine as well. Anyway, y'all have a nice evening, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.